plenty more to go from the bulk lot. Getting a few more of the goodies out of the what still isn't sorted, but that's not what I'm talking about today. Welcome back to Brick System Brothers. My name's Nathan Masters. Not talking about the bulk lot. I am doing another eBay purchase review. Another box, just about the right size, like I mentioned before, for shipping. And this lot is really a mix. Most of it is older, probably pre-2000. But I also saw some Friends colors. Not very many, like not much at all, but enough to know that it's what I would consider a mixed lot. So there's a couple of large Ziploc bags. It's very nicely packaged. A couple old wheels in there. Yeah, it's just 3 bags. I think that's it. 3 of these gallon bags with kind of a felt bubble wrap style, wrapping the pieces inside, and you can kind of see through it. There's some vintage bricks. Not really vintage, but older bricks, windows. Let's see what I got. So why did I go after this lot, you may ask? I don't know. I was in a buying mood. That's what a lot of these videos about my purchases have kind of started from. It was a really solid stretch where I kept finding Lego stuff worth buying on eBay. And I think, you could go on eBay at any point and find something worth buying. The important part is being able to have enough self-control to not go on eBay and buy something every time you log on, or just not go onto eBay if you have that problem. But I had saved up some money to kind of go and buy more than I usually do. And so a lot that maybe otherwise would have been something that I passed by is this time just something I went for. Just kind of see what all is here to find. Could be interesting. But I guess why I bought it is there was pretty much zero interest. It was an auction. I put the first bid in at $15 and no one else bid, so I won the lot. And it was like $15 shipping. So it might not be the greatest Lego lot out there, but I managed to get it for decent money. Teal. It's a pretty recent piece. That's a nightmare. Couple of non-Lego items. It's not a deal breaker at all. That's a big one. It did have some of these 10 by 20 bases, a little bit older, and these 2 windows. Those are nice. It's the old train style. Bag 2. Just dump it in. Like so. Alright, here's some of those Friends colors I was mentioning. Not really sure where these would have came from, but just a little bit of a modern mix in here. Most of this is the older stuff, so these 2x4 with the thick walls. There's none of those side supports. So these are 70s, 80s. I don't remember exactly when they started putting that other style in on the sidewalls. So my guess is this was originally just a mix of some vintage, not quite vintage, but older Lego without much variety, and someone went ahead and mixed in some random pieces from more modern sets. which is fine. It's all Lego, right? Bag number 3 into the mix. So a couple pieces hiding in the bottom of these I might have to grab later. But that's pretty much it. $30 worth here. I think so. Plenty of the basic brick. 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 1x8, 2x8, the occasional 4x, the occasional slope, and the occasional McDonald's promotional 2x3 30-degree slope print. It's not really something I need more of, but I'll take it. It's pretty much what I saw in the lot pictures, so I can't say I'm surprised or disappointed. This is what I bought. Guess the next step is the inventory. Sort it out a little bit. There might be some hidden gems in here. But that's why I like to be thorough. No stone left unturned. Yeah, I'm really liking how this table's working out. It's a nice kind of work area down here in the Lego workshop. So I was able to get most of these categories broken down so that I can start the rebrickable inventory. Just a matter of kind of streamlining the process rather than go through one piece at a time. Trying to get everything that's the same lot into its own container so I can just go through the colors for each specific brick. Was able to do that for most of our basic bricks. They got their own container. A couple of mixed ones down at the end, mixed ones in the slopes. I will have to go and do another round of sorting for plates, but 2x4s got their own container here, kind of a larger one. So yeah, definitely seeing that vintage or near vintage dispersion kind of weighted that direction. A decent amount of more modern Lego parts in the mix as well, but this was something I wanted to mention. I haven't necessarily seen a lot where, you know, a purchase of mixed Lego, if it's vintage, it's usually 95% vintage with just a few modern pieces. In fact, usually if I'm buying vintage, whatever is not vintage Lego is knockoff. There's hardly anything modern. On the other hand, if I'm buying a modern mixed lot, you know, you usually get a couple of older pieces mixed in just because this has been around. It's been in almost everyone's collection through the years. So it works its way into the modern collections. But again, it's usually weighted much closer to a 90-10 split or a 95-5 split. So this is not necessarily the same kind of split that I've seen in other lots. I just wanted to get that mentioned up front here while I've got it in the breakdown. The knockoff and non-Lego items, it's not bad considering how much of the lot there is here. So I think my initial look at the eBay listings, I saw more of this than I thought I did. Especially when you're looking for knockoff Lego, it kind of draws the eye. So you don't necessarily see the majority of it is genuine brand Lego. So that is the case here. Other category breakdown was just the wheels here, old and new, some windows and windshields. And the broken pieces had a bit of that, especially seeing this brittle blue. So there is a certain time period where this blue coloring mix was just, I guess, more breakable than the other colors. And so there is kind of a difference here. If you get a certain time period of Lego pieces, you might actually find that there's more blue just broken. It was easier to break for some reason. Had to do with the coloring. Some homemaker stuff. It's always interesting to get that little slice of Lego. Some prints here. This was the McDonald's promotional that I mentioned. I have 7 of the 8 unique printed slopes. Not that I necessarily want these, but I guess that's interesting. And some other prints, printed bricks, and those bases. So you guys are kind of lucky because you get to jump straight to the completed rebrickable inventory here. But on my end, I did want to mention it is a little bit of work to put these together. Now,
It's something that I enjoy as part of the hobby, so it's not necessarily, I'm doing all of this specifically for these videos for the series. I actually do this mostly for just my inventory purposes and the way that I am cataloging my collection right now. And I thought, since I'm making these videos, I wanted to include this part of the process as part of the discussion. So the scorecard for this lot kind of breaks down like this: 1,594 pieces, and at a price of just under $30, that is 1.77 cents per piece. So really good pricing here, the way that it breaks down. A lot of maybe more of the bulkier bricks that you wouldn't pay too much more than that anyways on the secondary market, especially in used, but nice to get them here at this pricing. 414 lots and 27 colors. So the lots is kind of high. There were a lot of different pieces. Basically what this number tells you is how many different pieces there are in a lot. So if you have 1,600 pieces and you have 5 lots, then you have mostly the same pieces, just really high quantity of them. But if you have 1,600 pieces and 1,500 lots, then you have mostly different pieces and just a few of each piece. So that's kind of where those numbers are going. And other than that, there are a couple broken pieces. There's a pretty good mix here, vintage and modern. By the time that I actually counted stuff out, there's actually more modern pieces than vintage. But by just bulk volume of what you see and what we saw in the video here, it is more, at the end of the day, it's more vintage plastic by weight, just because a lot of that is coming from the 2x4 bricks that were really stacking up. 2x4s altogether, there were 237. So that, just kind of higher lot counts for those pieces there. About 50% of the lot was bricks. I don't have this on the scorecard, but I did break it down. 50% bricks, 10% slopes, 13% plates, 7% Technic, just over 3% wheel elements, about 51 of those in total, and 15 or 16% other non-categorized, like these weird gears. Oh, let's go. There's some really cool Zalex parts in here that I haven't seen before. So whenever I get a brand new piece in the collection, that's kind of interesting. This 2x2 is the same kind of slope as that, so I've got plenty of those. But the brand new mold that I have not seen before is right here. We'll go jump to the full details. It's a 2x2 with kind of a hood flare on here. There's not a great picture of it.
Alright, where did I put this thing? Here we go. So this is what we're looking at. This was on a Zalex vehicle, which are the little tiny racers, 2x2 racer guys that Josh and I like to make fun of in LEGO Racers 2. So this is a new mold for my collection, just haven't had this specific piece before. It's pretty uncommon. It was only in a couple sets in a few different colors. This is a print on here, it's not a sticker design. So this would have just come in the one set related to this kind of Cobra style print on those Zalex racers. So, kind of a highlight to get these new, uncommon, kind of random pieces. It's not, really useful. It's pretty specific to that set. But, again, just kind of a highlight to add in something different to the collection. So most of it's been sorted out now. I do have my little sorting drawer still going here with some of the wheels aren't sorted, a lot of the broken pieces. Just looking at some of these. I don't know. What do you guys do with broken Lego? Because I've been holding on to most of them. They're not really useful. I count them for my percentages and my numbers, and then I just kind of bag them up and put them somewhere else. I have seen something on Flickr where this guy kind of melted pieces and then twisted them around, spray painted them metallic colors, and it was like a scrapyard. So I thought that was kind of cool. I might do that with a few pieces. Maybe there's applications in like stop motion animation for broken Lego pieces, but other than that, haven't seen a lot besides just tossing them. Because, once they're broken, there's not much you can do building-wise with broken Lego. Drop it down in the comments. What do you guys do with broken Lego? This has been another eBay hauling video. A couple more of these to come.
But as always, we'll mix it in with our other stuff, and we'll see you around on Brick System Brothers.